afternoon everyone, welcome to Mahalakshmi Academy. In this video we are going to say D'Alembert's principle. Before I begin my tutorial, I request you to please subscribe to my YouTube channel Mahalakshmi Academy. So let us begin. Newton's first law. What does Newton's first law state? That every body is in state of rest or uniform motion unless and until it is subjected by external force. Every body is in state of rest or in uniform motion and unless and until it is subjected by the external force. This is the definition of the Newton's first law of motion. Now we will see its mathematical expression. Every body is in state of rest. When it is state of rest, initial velocity is 0. Velocity is equal to 0, and when it is in uniform motion, velocity is in constant. For uniform motion, velocity should be constant. Therefore, when v is equal to 0, acceleration is anyhow going to be 0, and when v is equal to constant, acceleration is equal to dv by dt. Therefore acceleration is also going to be constant. Therefore acceleration at the center of gravity is 0. If the now definition of force is mass into acceleration, if the acceleration is itself is 0, then the net force acting on it will also be 0. Therefore what does the mathematical expression goes in this way, that if the acceleration at the center of gravity is 0, then the net force acting on the net is also 0. This is the mathematical expression for Newton's first law of motion. If fx is equal to 0, then ax is equal to 0. So let us see some examples. In this, one of the application of Newton's first law of motion is, suppose a block of weight W Newton is kept on a floor. Now it is not moving. The velocity is 0 in this case. Therefore acceleration is also going. Velocity in y direction is 0. Therefore acceleration in y direction is also 0. Okay. Then so if we apply summation Fy is equal to 0, then weight W, to one thing to remember, weight always act in the downward direction. Weight always acts in the downward direction, and there is a normal reaction in the upward direction. Therefore n minus W is equal to 0. Therefore n is equal to W. Therefore the normal reaction is equal to W. Similarly, in this case, tension, one thing to remember, tension always act away from the body. Tension always act away from the body. Now the tension will act in the upward direction and the weight W will act in downward direction. Therefore as the block is also not moving, therefore acceleration in y direction is 0. Therefore summation Fy is equal to 0, T minus W is equal to 0. Therefore T is equal to W. Next, now we want to find support reaction at so now this rod is pivoted at pivoted over here at the, which is exactly at the center. Now the acceleration at the center of gravity is 0. Since the block is pivoted at this point, which is the center point, the rod will rotate, but this support will not rotate at all. Therefore acceleration at the center of gravity, what is the center of gravity of the straight bar, which straight rod will be exactly at the center. Therefore acceleration at the center of gravity is 0. So summation Fy is equal to 0. Then R will this support reaction R will act in the Ra is the support reaction at that pivot. Therefore Ra will act in upward direction, and let's consider upward direction as positive and downward direction as negative. Therefore Ra minus W minus P will be equal to 0. Here it will be P, sorry. Therefore Ra is equal to W plus P. Similarly, if for this again, suppose P is the direction in P is upward, acting in downward direction over here, and P is also acting in upward direction over here. Therefore acceleration is equal to 0 at this point, which is also pivoted. So summation Fy is equal to 0. Therefore Ra minus W plus P minus P is equal to 0. This PP will cancel each other. In this case there was no P in upward direction, support P, reaction P in upward direction. Therefore in this case P and P will cancel each other. Therefore Ra is equal to W. Next, Newton's second law of motion. Rate of change of linear momentum is directly proportional to the parallel force, and it takes in the direction of the force. What does the Newton's second law state? That the rate of change of linear momentum is directly proportional to the parallel force, and it takes in the direction of the force. In Newton's first law, the body was in rest condition. Okay. Body was in rest condition, so therefore the net force acting on it was going to be anyhow going to be 0. But if the body is in motion, so let the mass be m kg, acceleration is equal to dv by dt. In this case acceleration is not 0, and the particle is moving or ball is moving with certain velocity v. Therefore, linear momentum, we need to remember this formula. Linear momentum, which is denoted by P is equal to mv. Linear momentum, P is equal to mv. Linear momentum, P is equal to mv. Therefore, rate of change of momentum is equal to d by dt of mv. Okay, d by dt of mv, which will be mv is constant. Therefore, m into dv by dt. So P is equal to m into dv by dt, but dv by dt is equal to acceleration. Therefore, P is equal to mass into acceleration. This is the mathematical expression of the Newton's second law of motion. We state that the rate of change of linear momentum is directly proportional to parallel force, and it takes in the direction of the force. Therefore, d by dt of mv, m into dv by dt is equal to m into a. Therefore, P is equal to mass into acceleration. Okay, here acceleration not equal to 0, as it is in motion. Acceleration center of gravity not equal to 0. Therefore, net force is also not equal to 0. But now in this case, net force is equal to mass into acceleration at the center of gravity. One thing to note: force in the direction of motion is always considered as positive, and force opposite to acceleration is considered as negative. Okay, few things to remember: force in the direction of the motion, as I said earlier, is considered as positive, and force opposite to acceleration is considered as negative. Tension always act away from the body. Weight will always act in downward direction. I have explained in previous example also. Tension always act away from the body, and weight will always act in the downward direction. We will see in this example, it is pivoted at this place, and this is a frictionless string. One thing to remember: it is a frictionless string. Therefore, the tension in both the direction will be T itself. Now this block, this M1 block, now acceleration is in upward direction. Okay, therefore T, let T be the tension in the string, which will always act away from the body. Therefore, T is the tension in the string, M1 is the mass of the object, and mg is the weight which will act in the downward direction. Therefore, Fy net is equal to m1 into acg. Therefore, T minus m1g is equal to m1a. Now, why I have considered T positive? Because m1a is moving in upward direction and tension is also moving in upward direction. Therefore, T positive, and m1g is moving in downward direction, which is the direction opposite to that of the acceleration. Therefore, it is I have considered is negative. Therefore, T minus m1g is equal to m1a. T acting in the direction of m1 is therefore positive, and m1g acting in the direction opposite to that of the m1 mass. Therefore, it is considered as negative. Therefore, T minus m1g is equal to m1a. T is equal to m1. Here it will be g. Sorry, m1g plus m1a. Therefore, T is equal to m1g plus a. Now for the second object, this is the second object which is acting in downward direction. Therefore, this is that object. M2 is the mass of that object. T, tension always act away from the body. Therefore, T is moving in upward direction. And M2g, actually it's not mg, it's M2g. It's m2g. Therefore, this is m2g, and acceleration is in downward direction. Therefore, m2g minus t is equal to m2a. As m2a is in upward direction, m2a is in downward direction. Therefore, m2g is also in the same direction of m2a. Therefore, it is considered as positive. But tension is in opposite direction to that of acceleration. Therefore, it is considered negative. m2a is in downward direction. m2g is also in downward direction. T is in the opposite direction to that of the acceleration. Therefore, it is considered negative. Therefore, m2g minus t is equal to m2a. Therefore, t is equal to mtg minus a. If we equate this, t is equal to m1g plus a and t is equal to m2g minus a, we will get m1g plus a is equal to m2g minus a. Therefore, acceleration is equal to m2 minus m1 upon m1 plus m2 into g. This is the formula. Remember this value, because such example can come in exam. Just remember this value: a is equal to m2 minus m1 upon m1 plus m2. But solving this and understanding this concept will help you to solve the similar type of problems. Okay. Thank you everyone for watching this video. I request you to please like, share, comment and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Thank you everyone.